Now, 24 hours ago, we exposed how shameless Karnataka MLAs left for an extravagant European jaunt, even as the state grapples with a flood-like situation. And now we are getting you exclusive pictures of the MLAs enjoying their holiday. Seen in these pictures is Congress MLA BM Nagaraj taking the revolving cable car ride up to Mount Titlis, posing in the Spring Gardens in Switzerland as well. Now, clearly, these lawmakers are oblivious to people's anger as 8 days into their trip, and they don't seem to want to come back anytime soon.
"15 of your legislators have taken off to Europe, and that's become quite a controversy. Most of them belonging to North Karnataka. Will your government act against these legislators?"
See, legislature, they got their freedom to go anywhere. They have never went on government expenditure or government official tour. They went their own personal tours. We have no control over them.
But having said that, they also belong to your party. What about their responsibility towards the constitution?
They have to discharge their responsibility. They are all grown people, they are responsible people. They should take care of their conscience.
Don't you think, as a senior leader and a senior minister, that they have let down the mandate given to people by this?
I don't think that they let down the people. They might have taken the precautionary measures and relief measures, and they might have gone. Anyhow, I don't know much about the details. You can this thing already it is brought to the notice of the Chief Minister and the PCC President. They will take the appropriate measure.
Now, here's what sources are telling Times Now, that a minister in the Karnataka government sponsored this extravagant 17-day, 18-night European jaunt to placate those MLAs who might not get a place in the state cabinet after a reshuffle. In fact, the trip was planned in his very office. Nikhil is breaking this exclusive information on Times Now. Nikhil, what more details do you have? The Chief Minister of the state has been saying that the MLAs have gone on their own expense, but sources clearly telling us otherwise.
Well, the Chief Minister cannot claim ignorance on this, because many of the legislators here were hopefuls of being included in the cabinet when the expansion would happen. And in connection to the same, they even approached the Chief Minister and asked him if the dates would be fine and if their presence would be required, who stood a chance and who did not, and who hence will be able to go on this trip without any apprehension. So the Chief Minister claiming ignorance at this point in time maybe is not comprehensible to many of us here in the state of Karnataka. As far as the reports of a minister sponsoring this particular trip is concerned, it perhaps has some truth to it, because the entire planning for this particular trip was done from his office in the Vidhan Sauda here in Bangalore. So there is some substance in the fact that the cooperatives minister, for all we know, could be the one sponsoring this particular trip. H.S. Mahadev Prasad, it was in his office where the entire planning really came about, and we are told that there is some kind of a politics attached to this particular sponsorship as well, because we know that Congress in Karnataka has broken down into two, and there is a need for the Chief Minister to have legislators on his side. This might be one of those feel-good factors or goodies that he's dishing out to ensure that it happens.
Absolutely. I want you to elaborate on the last point that you're making, Nikhil, because that is extremely significant. When the Chief Minister says that he is ignorant, but at the same time we learn that a top minister within his cabinet is the man who's planned this entire trip, and the reason that is being told to us by our sources, of course, is that this is to placate some of those legislators who may not get a ministerial berth.
That is a consolation prize that the Chief Minister perhaps is giving to the legislators who might not be able to get into the cabinet. We should also remember that many of these legislators are first-time MLAs, which almost puts their chances to zero for them to be included in the cabinet. As far as the minister sponsoring the trip is concerned, the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has a few ministers in the cabinet who have for long been considered his allies, his close ones, his loyal ones. And H.S. Mahadev Prasad is definitely counted among those. In fact, even when there was an FIR registered against the minister, the Chief Minister did not do anything about it. So we know that there is some kind of a proximity and an equation that the minister who is now said to be sponsoring this trip has or enjoys with the Chief Minister.